intro to the round that is after the last round.
Round 2.
Doug playing Boros Goblins on the left.
The Boros Goblins.
Boros dos Gobos, which in Spanish stands for Boros Goblins.
Yes, yes.
And on the right, Austin is playing some red situation. We don't know if it's blue-red or big-red. I feel like we've seen Doug play against a big-red deck before with this, his goblin contraption.
Looks like Austin's on the big red plan.
That's what I need to do. I need to dust off my treasure maps.
Yeah, yeah.
I need to play a treasure map deck before.
Oh my gosh, the mirror map.
I don't know. They're probably still going to be good after the rotation. What do you think? Treasure map after rotation? Here's the map.
I don't think so.
No?
No. 4-color company. It's not the best deck.
All right, here is...
Close. Inspiring Cleric.
We were hunting a creature that comes into play, gain life.
And that's the one.
That's the one, so...
Gains 4. It's a lot.
Doug playing a creature deck, and the only thing he has in play right now is an Anthem. Here's Chain Whirler. Cleans up the token.
It's going to do a pretty good job of keeping the War Boss at bay, too.
Yeah, concur. Here's Lava Coil to take it down. Yep. Doug's going to take 4 here.
Big 4 damage.
The big 1/4. I think he's going to have to lightning strike this War Boss.
Well, I don't know what's in his hand. Scratch that. We know that he has a second Radiant Destiny in hand. War Boss definitely has to go.
Yep, here it is. Lightning strike on the War Boss takes it down. That thing was just going to give you additional misery.
All right, folks. Run the numbers. Pick up your Inspiring Clerics.
Yeah, that's the one.
That's the one.
So why is it critical that it gains you life?
Because I think the format's going to be very fast at the beginning.
I'm on big red if that's what you put down. Yeah. Yes. We figured it out. You figured it out? Yeah.
At first, it'll be fast.
At first, it'll be fast, and it comes into play and gains 4 life.
Yeah.
Is a 3/2, which is a relevant threat.
Yeah, relevant blocker.
Attacker. We're getting in there.
Oh, okay. Here's Skirk Prospector.
Yeah, we're just prospecting.
All right.
Man, we're flipping all these treasure maps. Travis Hull.
Flips the map.
Thanks for the follow. Untapped. We did it. Teamwork makes the dream work. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. Oh, man, we've got another War Boss.
You know, a little bit of capitalist backing. And,
What you got? Where are you going with this?
I was just saying, I think those are the kinds of things that make the dream work.
Oh. Okay. Well, that's
Financial security so that you can be...
Depends what your dream is, man.
So that you don't have to be risk averse. Man, to drive with the Mason to play in your store sometime. We've definitely driven down to
Florence, y'all. Plenty of times.
Florence, y'all, to play in your store. So.
All right. Austin taking 3 there. Should be at 17, I believe. Unless he gains some life.
Yeah, Florence was, it's a nice part of the city, the Greater Cincinnati area.
Yeah, so I had some good memories of going down to Florence.
Yeah?
So we went down on our way to Louisville one time
Okay.
and stopped in there when we were going there with Carl.
All right.
And I met somebody at a car dealership
Oh, to buy?
to buy a 3DS.
That was, I do remember
And
that.
Carl went into the car dealership, pretended like he was interested in a car to get to use the bathroom. It was a good time.
Carl lives in Florida now.
Yes.
All right.
I'm sure. So when I saw your name, I was like, oh, it's Travis Hall. I'm sure I've played against that guy. It sounds really familiar. Unless there's some other Travis Hall that I've played against. I don't know. But yeah, we get around. So
Yeah,
if you're in the area.
we've
Bane
been
fired
known to
out. That'll
trouble.
do it.
Bane fired him for the whole bit. Austin really got his legs under him before Doug did. You don't
Yeah,
want...
Doug needs to be the aggressor, and Austin flipped 2 treasure maps before Doug even had a creature that he could untap with.
Right. You don't want... What's that card called? Radiant Destiny? Can we bring that one up?
Or don't. Just leave it gone.
Yeah,
Nobody wants
just-
to see that. Doug doesn't want to see that.
Just...
It's just a bad anthem.
Sideboard, not so much.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a 3-mana anthem.
Ugh.
And I mean, it was great and limited, but by
It won
golly...
me an RPTQ. Well, almost won me an RPTQ.
Oh, yeah?
It was one of the cards that got me there.
That was a nice deck.
It was the draft deck, but yeah. Actually, I had one in both decks. But I didn't play the one in sealed.
What a day.
It was a day. It was a day.
And I feel like they do this a lot, where they print these cards that are just like way too good and limited, and they'll just never come to fruition in constructed.
Such as?
The one in this set that's really grinding my gears
Uh-oh. Gears being ground.
is called Ethereal Absolution. So
Okay.
it's a 6-mana Orzhov enchantment, so 4 a white and a black.
Mm-hmm.
Your creatures get +1/+1. Their creatures get -1/-1.
Holy smokes.
And
But wait.
But wait, there's more. You can pay 4 mana, exile a card from an opponent's graveyard, and then if it was a creature card, you get to create a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying.
Yowzers.
So it's really a 2/2 white and black spirit creature token with flying, because you have the anthem effect on this bad boy.
Card's insane for standard in the sideboard.
Oh, you think it's a sideboard?
Yeah, absolutely. If this Mardu deck takes off, you're going to want these in the board for sure. So that match just grinds to a halt
Yeah.
as the board fills up.
Uh-huh.
And something like that to break the mirror. Whew,
We're
boy.
gonna be
Especially if you catch people sleeping on Mortify and they're just like all in on Bedevil.
catch him sleeping.
Yeah, don't sleep on Mortify. You're
Don't
going to want
sleep-
some copies.
No, yeah, you want 2. It'll probably be 4 and 2 split.
No, it's much deeper than that. It's much deeper than that. So,
John Douglas's thought about this, like, I think he went as far as to create a virtual reality version of himself
I
to
did.
have conversations with himself about the
Yes.
Mardu deck and Mardu mirrors.
we just told each other we were wrong back and forth for like 40 minutes. Hey, Nicholas. So, you need Lava Coil still
Concur.
until the big elemental thing is no longer a big elemental thing, which I don't think will happen. I think that card's always going to be good.
Wildgrowth Walker?
Yeah, that one.
Okay.
You want some Justice Strikes.
Okay.
Justice Strike is good and efficient at both taking down early creatures, like early aggressive creatures, and Niv Mizzets, and Drakes, etc. You definitely want Bedevils, because that card's just
Right.
badonkers.
Yeah.
Shivan Fire, your guy.
Shivan Fire, not one you see a lot played, but
Hey, if you need an extra shock, he's there to do the job.
here's a Legion War boss that's going to get...
You want some Mortifies.
You want some Mortify, okay.
You might want some Vraska's Contempts. You can just go all over the place with this removal suite.
So you can just play like all 1 and 2 ofs. Just hope you get there.
You can, but it's not optimal.
Sure, it's better to predict the metagame.
Yeah, it's better to know things than to not know things.
Having information better than not having information.
Sometimes you got to wing it.
The
and,
Spectacle Bolt will 100% get played in my Experimental Frenzy Burn You to the Ground deck.
Burn to the ground. That's a Mega Man X7 reference.
There you go.
Go check it out. Take a look at the old YouTube. Just type in Mega Man X7 laughing or flaming hyenard.
Yeah.
Burn to the ground.
Quality
Video. One of my favorites. Spectacle Bolt though.
Spectacle Bolt, apparently it warps Modern to the point where like burn decks don't even have to play white anymore.
Mountain Band. You heard it here first.
And you just get to. Now here's an anthem that you want to play.
The Trash Master.
I'm the Trash Man.
Oh, it just gets lava coiled.
I get lava coiled.
So the interesting thing about the Spectacle Bolt is that it's not. It'll definitely see play in this Experimental Frenzy deck, the Rakdos Burn deck.
Yeah.
I don't think it sees play in like a Jund deck or.
Oh,
I wouldn't
no.
even play it in like this Mardu deck.
No.
Where I can very easily get Spectacle.
No.
Because
yeah.
the point of your burn in those matchups.
What's your point?
Is that you want to kill creatures.
Right.
And that thing doesn't kill anything less than or over 3 mana.
Right.
It doesn't kill some of the stuff that even costs 2 mana. Mostly
right.
this Wild Growth Walker.
And here's the other thing you have to realize about Spectacle cards is that when more goblins from Doug, I think, has Doug weathered the storm?
He may have turned the corner. Austin's going to be able to draw some cards here pretty soon. If he hasn't already.
I count 8. Here's another one.
Oh, no.
This
Taken
is
down via Cannonade.
The Cannonade. 2 damage to all the creatures. Those are 4 2s. Here's the Chain Whirler.
All right, there you go.
Kicks the Shivan Fire. So any permanent is the live draw here for Austin.
Also, Banefire live draw for Austin.
Banefire, additionally, live draw for Austin.
Yeah, I got that.
Here's the City's Blessing.
That's a good permanent to draw, too.
Yes, that's excellent. He gets to look at 3 cards a turn now. So you're going to get to make the decision on scrying one, and if it is not the Banefire, you can just put it to the bottom.
Yes.
Just if it's not Banefire, you just bottom it.
Keep that. Draw it. Come up. What's that?
All right, just show him the Banefire.
It's not a Banefire.
Scry. Sorry. I'll bottom that.
All right, that one wasn't a Banefire.
It was a shock. So we've got a shock to deal with this creature.
Oh, I'm
And
shocked.
a Chain Whirler. I don't know what this last card in Doug's hand is.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a Lava Coil. Oh, thank God. Look at that top deck. Radiant Destiny. Here we go. Listen, if you're going to play an Anthem effect for your Goblins, at least play the Vanquisher's Banner so you get to draw some cards.
Sure.
Like, I'm okay with it. I'm
See,
not, like, super happy with it, but that's fine.
No, in a Goblins deck, so like that could be like really good is because you have Skirk Prospector.
Yeah.
So like at the end of the game, you can like start churning through like the cards that aren't as good.
Yeah, it's true. We have a creature.
See, I would have sandbagged the Dire Fleet if I'm really that interested in taking care of his dudes.
He's just going to attack 6 times, or 3 times, rather, with his Dire Fleet. And then just like a Lightning Strike kills him. Yeah, Immortal Sun's solid too. Jeez.
Immortal Suns would be a good choice.
Play more reasonable spells, and then you won't draw bad spells in the late game.
All right, so here's the thing about these spectacle cards.
A lot of kill spells.
You have to realize that, like, if you
Hashtag, here's the thing. Sorry, go ahead.
here's the thing, hand chop the whole bit.
The whole bit.
The whole bit. If you think that you're going to cast any of these spectacle cards targeting creatures, you're mistaken.
There's only one spectacle card that targets that I know of. I mean, there might be.
There's the duress, which does only targets players.
Yeah,
but
you can't target creatures with that one. So just the spectacle bolt, not just spectacle cards.
Yeah, spectacle bolt. But my point is, here's my point. That if you think that they're going to let your creatures go unblocked because they're afraid of like trading off or like, you know what I mean? Spectacle's existence incentivizes blocking.
Yes.
And so you can't expect them to not block and you get to keep your spectacle cards in your deck. Does that make sense, guys?
Makes sense to me.
Am I being obtuse?
So it creates.
I'm being really wordy. I know that.
Yeah. So the thing is, they're incentivized to block your creatures because A, it kills the creatures, B, preserves their life total, C, makes it so you can't enable spectacle.
Yep.
So they have more than the normal reasons to block your creatures or destroy them.
Right.
So if they can, they will.
Right.
So most of these burn effects are going to go straight to the dome, as your creatures are going to be trading off with their creatures anyway.
Yes.
That's where you're getting at?
Yes.
Okay. Additionally, the way that Spectacle works is that all of these Spectacle cards are fairly aggressive. So you're going to be triggering Spectacle costs by loss of life in order to create more loss of life. And it's just going to snowball. Snowball.
Snowball.
More damage. More damage. More damage.
Okay, so here's my favorite thing about these sets. So we've got split cards in them, right? So
Splitting them.
So you're gonna get to enjoy this thing where like you're playing and your opponent just like draws a card and then they do.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, I know which one that is.
He's got the split card, folks.
He's got the split card.
And we're throwing Mind Stones back here. That's what we do.
Yeah, is that card worth nothing yet?
Yeah, probably.
It was worth like $2 at one point, and they reprinted it quite a bit. I play this on a lot of decks.
Okay.
Okay, that was just an aside.
That's just an aside. Mind Stone, played in a lot of Taylor's decks.
So you've got this Mardu shell fleshed out in your head.
I've got multiple Marty shells fleshed out. I've got so much flesh in my head, it's unreal.
When do we get the whole set? Tomorrow? Thursday? Friday? Okay, it's a whole set on Friday.
Yeah, they spoiled a card today that I wanted to be something else, and
it's not.
It's not. It made me a little bit sad. They spoiled a 1/2 Death Touch Afterlife 1 for 1 and a black.
Okay, that card's good.
I really wanted a 1/1 Death Touch Afterlife 1 for
1 black.
Just black.
Yeah.
That would have been extremely good.
It would have been too good.
Okay. I don't think it would have been too good, but it would have been very good.
Okay.
Aggressively costed for sure.
I think it would have been like uncommon good.
Yeah. I mean, make it a rare. I don't care. I want it for constructed.
Make it a rare. I don't care. Incubation Druid today, and that card has some busted potential.
Oh, yeah. Incubation Druid looks crazy. I don't know what we're ramping into right now.
Let me pull up an
like
Incubation
Carnage Tyrant,
Druid.
I guess, but...
Oh, is this the 3 mana? Oh, no, here it is. Incubation
Found
Druid.
it.
Yeah, 1 mana of any
What
type.
up, Dig Dug?
No land you control. Hey, Dig Dug! Welcome back, buddy. The land you control could produce, if Incubation Druid has ++ counter, it's 3 mana of that type of set. Okay. So it is.
Tell me about it.
I'm thinking about it.
Think less hard.
Okay. If I can get a different way to put a counter on it,
Okay.
I'm happy. But like,
Yeah.
I don't think it matters that I can pay 5 and then it becomes like a 3-mana thing.
Okay. It's a
Like-
really good ramp creature.
Yes, it's a great ramp creature. The fact that it has like this second life of being a 3/5 is important.
Mm-hmm.
That kind of thing is like super good and limited.
Right.
But I don't think it's that important in constructed.
It's pretty important.
You think?
Yeah.
So like a 2-mana ramp creature, like we've got one if you want one. I think the mana fixing is marginal on this.
It's great.
Yeah, I don't have any like rainbow lands that I can,
We don't need them. So it enables like the double cost stuff very well.
Okay.
Like Travis has a good line in chat as well of you can curve this into a Johnny, which puts a counter on it.
Okay. I'm not mad at that. I'd be down with playing some like Bant, go big decks.
Yeah, what are you going big with? How big are you going?
I'll go all the way up to Zakama or whatever the guy's name is.
Well, that's a Naya card, so you'd have to play
That's fine.
like 4 colors.
I'm gonna splash some red.
All right, so we're no longer in Bant, folks.
No,
We've gone the full 4 color.
we're still in Bant.
The 4-color Monty.
Yeah, the 4-color Monty. The not black. This deck is not black.
Why not just throw black in there?
What am I getting out of the black?
I don't know. Whatever you want.
Whatever.
A drill bit.
A drill bit.
Sometimes you just need a drill bit.
Drill bit is. Yeah,
There you go. You're flying Hydra. You get Chromium. There you go. Those are both good things to ramp into.
Yeah, the Hemorrhoid Crassus is really good. Chromium, also very good.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that you'll see some Chromium anyway because we're going to see some Bant control popping up.
Uh-huh.
I think Bant control is probably going to be the best control deck after the dust settles.
Uh-huh.
So you'll have people that will stay with Jeskai at first, obviously, because it's established and, tested. And then they'll move over into Esper because of the more early game life gain, and the Wraths are better. New sacrifice creature, perfect for cube. I don't know which one you're talking about, but there are some good ones. So
There are some. He finally
you
filled
can't
that
be
gap.
wrong.
The only card in the set I'm hyped for.
Well, I'm really hyped for a lot of these. If you're hyped for sacrifice cards, you're not hyped for my girl Judy, you need to get evaluated.
Judith. I'm gonna go so far as to say that this coming March
Yeah?
might be the best time to be playing Standard in the last 5 years.
In the world.
What? The history of the world in 4.5 billion years. This is the best time to be alive. No, it's the best time to be playing.
That's probably true.
You think?
Yeah.
Okay. On average.
I mean, period. If you're a minority. Only care about my cube at this point. Listen, Judy's sick in cube.
Yeah, and depending on what
We've got a spoiler. Pull it up. Just spoiled via Twitter. What do we got? Biogenic Ooze. There's our final mythic.
Final Mythic Biogenic Ooze, it costs 3 green. Enters the battlefield, create a 2/2 ooze.
Yeah, we get multiple oozes.
It's coming up. He's going to pull it up for us.
All right, we're pulling it up. At the beginning of your end step, put a +1/+1 counter on each ooze you control. You can pay 4. Create a 2/2 green ooze creature token.
This reminds me of the oozes in Gloomhaven, which are just endless. They're the worst.
They just kind of killed themselves instead of pumping themselves, though.
I know, this is much better. This card's neat.
It is a neat one.
It's got to be the best mana sink possible.
Sure.
At the
I'll give it to
beginning
you.
of End step. So you pay 5, and you get 2 3/3s, really.
Assuming they don't, like,
Yeah,
shock
they
one.
don't have a shock or something like that. So I'm down with that.
We do need a legendary ooze for Brawl. You have never... I don't know you very well, but I feel like you've never said anything more true in your life. So,
Dig Dug?
no. Show me your cankles.
Oh, yeah. And then And then this is the one we were sitting watching TV last night. And my fine esteemed colleague here goes, so this is a fish octopus crab. What's the name of this card? And I was like, I don't know, like, undersea terror or something.
Right. You were wrong.
Shark to crab.
Shark to crab.
Shark to crab is what they've decided to name the 4/4 for 4.
Brilliant art.
Brilliant art. It's a shark to crab.
So I was when we first sat down, we had Austin's deck mislabeled as blue-red, which I thought he was on blue-red as well, but kind of wanted to see a blue-red deck so I could talk about this card, the 1/1 flyer for 1 blue.
Oh,
you want to talk about a card that's going to turn the tables? This thing's insane.
that card is really good.
Yeah. So you see these Izzet decks, the Drake decks, have taken Phoenix out in favor of going bigger with Niv Mizzet.
Yeah.
But I think, like, you retool it back as the Phoenix deck, you throw that card in there, oh my God, you have some big flyers.
Instead of Enigma Drake?
Yeah, I don't think they were playing Enigma Drake originally anyway.
At the end of the cycle, they probably weren't.
So you get just like 12 creatures. They're all huge.
Yeah, they're all giant.
Tons of spells. Man, that sounds like a fun deck to play.
Absolutely. People are talking about that card in Legacy. We got a new one. Z-Man 31 807 followed. Is it a zip code? Where is that?
That's the year he was born.
He's from the future.
From the future. Whereas his ancestors have passed down tales of our stream.
And come back to enjoy it.
Come back to enjoy it.
Welcome, Z-Man. What show there's... Are they going to just spoil the final Mythic Rakdos enchantment?
Oh, yeah, this one. This is one of those... if I'm thinking the right one, the one that costs 7. It's one of those really jerk EDH cards.
Oh, yeah?
I don't think it's going to see a lot of play in Standard, but it is a nice one.
Anyway, people are talking about this new
Captive
Audience. Enters the battlefield under control of an opponent of your choice. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose one that you haven't chosen. Life total becomes 1. Discard your hand.
4. Life total becomes 4.
Oh, 4. Discard your hand. Each opponent creates 5 2/2 black zombie creature tokens. Oh, this is the worst. How unfun is this?
I mean, it's kind of funny. Like, when you lose to it, you're just like, all right, yeah, I guess I'll discard my hand. Guess I'll go to 4. Still don't have an answer. All right, here's your army.
Right? Captive Audience it is.
I think that was created from people playing the, can't remember the name of it, the enchantment from Origins, where, like, the modes are, like, you can gain life, draw cards.
Oh, yeah,
and the last ones you lose, and then you would donate that.
Yeah, people were donating that card.
Yeah, I think the amount of people that had a blast doing that are what birthed that card.
I'm sure.
Show me your cankles with a great point. It's great when you are below 4 and get to gain 4 life.
Right? I would start paying life into things.
Aggressively
Paying life. But yeah, this set is really nice.
Yeah, there's a lot of really good cards in this. I'm excited.
I'm excited to brew some Standard. I'm definitely going to be playing a lot of F&Ms.
Yeah, a lot of F&Ms.
While this set's in rotation.
Absolutely.
I might even start playing... Oh, I guess there aren't PPTQs anymore.
No PPTQs.
No PPTQs.
You can play, like, IQs if you really wanted to.
You can play IQs, or those probably going to all be modern.
Probably modern.
You really got to, like, hunt down your opportunities to play Standard, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, we could go, like, Star City Classics.
Classic it up.
GP side events.
There you go. That's where the grind is.
That is a grind.
We were talking about how good the double up side events are.
Yeah, those are nice.
Man, do those pay out.
They do indeed.
They do indeed. How many matches we got left going on out there? A lot of Magic being played? 3-4 matches left?
When we went out there last time, there was a lot of matches. that were still going on.
Looks like 2 to 3-ish. All right.
And we went out there with like 10 minutes left, so I expect we're gonna be waiting a while on those. What's your least favorite card in this set?
My least favorite card?
Yeah.
I found this earlier. Hang on. I was scrolling through and I was like, oh, this card, actual. Here's my least favorite card. And I'm going to get a lot of, this is a little bit of a hot take.
Okay.
I'm going to get a
Hot
lot
take
of
me.
a lot of flack for this. Angel of Grace.
Okay.
So, Angel of Grace is a flash flyer, and when it enters the battlefield, if you would go to less than 0, go to less than 1, go to 1.
There it is.
So I think this card is way worse than it looks.
Way worse.
So think about it. If I'm gonna go to if I'm gonna die, it's gonna put me at 1.
Yeah.
And then I have to like turn it around. I have 1 turn to lose or 1 turn to win. So
Right.
is a 5/4 enough to do that for me? Like, how many times am I in a racing situation? Or also, how many times is my opponent just going to have like shock or fanatical firebrand or something, where they're just going to be like, all right, pass the turn, your
Not very
turn,
often.
shock you.
Yeah, not very often, I don't think.
You don't think? That's just the kind of deck I play. So when I see a card like this, if I know it's a possibility, I'm not even worried about it, because I can play around it so easily. So
You can quasi-duplicate it.
you can quasi-duplicate it, sure.
There you go.
What?
Quasi-duplicate it.
All right.
Just make a copy of it.
Right.
Easy peasy.
But like, it's so easily played around
No problem.
that I'm not.
I think the second part of that, where if it's in your graveyard, you can pay 6 in exile and your life total becomes 10.
Yeah.
I think that's a.
You think that's an important thing?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see using that.
Like flash
Often.
it in, trade it off for something. Trade it
even
off.
trade it
Trade
off.
it off for like Niv Mizzet.
Yeah, you can do that. Although I don't think it's going to be great against Nim Mizzet. Like I'm not excited to play it against Nim Mizzet.
I'm just saying, you got 1 or 2 of them in your deck. You
Yeah.
got to think of something to do with it.
You're just saying.
I'm just saying, trade off with anything. Fine. Pick a 5 toughness guy.
Pick a 5 toughness guy.
Any guy you trade it off with. Anyway. Bad plays for standard.
Helm of the Hosted, he said.
Helm of the Hosted, sure.
Yeah, you can just throw the helm on there.
But yeah, that card in the mythic slot, boo.
Boo. I think it's a very mythic card. I like it. I'm not like super excited about it. Like I probably won't play it ever.
Right.
But I like the fact that it's printed. I like those cards that have very unique applications, like being able to exile it from your graveyard.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
cool.
I like, I know that people like angels, and so I understand there's going to be some number of those white winged boys running around.
White winged boys. All right.
So
Yeah, you gotta like those white winged boys.
So happy that the angel players are getting their angel, I guess. But I just think the card is not going to be what we're excited about. What's
Yeah.
your least favorite card so far?
This one, Quench.
Quench.
2 mana, counter target spell unless they pay 2. I think a lot of people are going to try to jam this early on, and it's just going to set back the development of standard for a little while because it's not good.
Right.
There's not a lot of creatures that you want to counter, and the ones that you do, you can't. So, good luck.
Right.
It's fine as like a catch-all. It might be better than like a 1 of Syncopate, but Syncopate's much better in the late game. And if you're not running a lot of them, you're probably going to play that in the late game. Just unimpressive. There may be a deck that runs a couple of them because it really needs to shore up the early game, but I don't see it yet.
Yeah, I think it's not going to be. It's obviously, on its face, not as good as Mana Leak.
Right.
But a lot of times people think of Mana Leak as a 2 mana spell, so it's there on turn 2, and then once you get past that point, it moves into other applications.
Yeah, absolutely.
But in these formats where you played Mana Leak, also had the application of being like the end of a counter war,
Right.
where like they're tapped out and you get to mana leak. Where this isn't that like it takes a lot more.
So people are saying this is like a worse mana leak, and obviously it is.
Right.
I think it's a worse sensor.
Sure. Okay. Yeah.
And that's my take on it. But yeah, it's
Yeah. Okay.
it's
I
exciting
like-
to get like a
I
2 mana
like
spell.
that. I like that comparison.
Good. Glad
That
you
was
liked it.
good. You did well there.
Thanks.
Good job.
Thanks, man. Really appreciate it. I really worked hard on that one.
I try to give you compliments whenever possible.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
And
Thank you.
You try and give me shit whenever possible. So
Yeah.
it's just a difference in our
It's
mentalities.
how it works.
It's just a difference in
You
our
get
mentalities.
it's a cycle.
It's a cycle. But yeah, I like that pick a quench too. Worst card printed.
I won't say worst card printing because there's some jank. It's my least favorite card though.
Yeah. But yeah, opening packs of this is going to be super fun.
I'm excited to get this full set spoiler here on Friday. I'm sure there's a lot of commons and uncommons that are going to slot in and really fill out this limited environment.
The limited environment better be sweet. I thought guilds was pretty decent. All right, so we're gonna look at.
Here's a card.
We're gonna look at.
If I've ever seen one.
We talked about this guy, didn't we?
Yeah, we talked about him last week, but
Is
we
this-
had the
is this
foresight
your
to talk
favorite out
about him a little
there,
bit early.
Spotter.
Is this the spotter's favorite card?
Oh. Yeah, it just looks cool for sure. We loved this card last week.
Yes, card's sweet. Like we were saying last week, it may create some situations where someone keeps like a no-lander with one of these, and they're like, all right, I'm doing it. But, I mean, there's some percentage of the time that it'll be right, so.
Absolutely. I think this card's sweet. Yeah, this card's great. I'll probably, once I have 3 or 4 of them, I'll put it in my mono blue deck along with the new adapt guys.
Sure. So for me, it's lost a lot of stock because the deck that I was going to put it in has become like this Is It Drake's deck with the flying Gurmag Angler that we just got.
Right.
So in that regard, it's not quite as good, but it's still a sweet effect. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Seraph of the Scales.
Yeah, Seraph of the Scales.
We just saw that one that got taken down.
Is another overrated mythic.
Would it go in a Phoenix deck? I originally wanted it to go into a Phoenix deck or like a mono blue deck, but I don't think you can afford it now because you need such a critical mass of instants and sorceries to
Right.
be able to reliably trigger. I'm gonna look this guy up because I don't remember what his name is.
We only have the like Latin or German or something of him.
Yeah, we have the whole thing. Terramander, which
Oh,
kind of Greek, I guess.
I got winged salamander on my translation.
Oh, yeah, Terramander, uncommon, costs 1 blue, 1/1 flyer, 7 in a blue, adapt 4. The ability costs 1 less to activate for each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard. So
Yeah.
you need a ton of instants and sorceries to make this the absolute best that it can be.
Yep.
Star City has like the English one if you just want to pull that up. But regardless, yeah, it's
Yeah, you want like
insane.
4 or 5 in there. I think you could go in the blue tempo deck.
I don't think so. I mean, so the 1/1 flyer part of it is more valuable,
Right.
but you're never gonna adapt it. Cast like 3 spells, it's still gonna cost you 5 to adapt it.
Yeah.
You just don't go that deep.
I'd replace the 1/1 unblockable Merfolk with it. Unless you think it matters that that's a wizard for Wizard's Retort.
Yeah, that matters a lot. Is it a wizard or is it a rogue? I don't know. One of life's great questions. Is it a wizard? Is it a rogue? Is it a salamander drake?
Yeah, that's my favorite part about these Simic cards. They have so many creature types.
Oh yeah. We got some great ones. The Simic multicolored ones are
Real good.
particularly nice.
Are there any humans? Are there any human lizards or anything like that? Because
There's
we
a
had
Merfolk wizard. Get some Merfolks
yeah,
back.
so we had Experiment 1,
Yes.
and that was a human ooze.
Here's an elf lizard wizard.
A lizard wizard?
That's your boy, the Frilled Mystic. Here's a Vidalcan Wizard. I don't see any humans.
Yeah, no humans. The human
Elf Ooze Wizard.
The human ooze was, yeah, but they moved away from that. There's only elves and merfolk now.
Another Merfolk Wizard.
The humans all joined the Orzhov
Did they?
syndicate.
They goofed.
Yeah, they definitely goofed. I think they joined the Gruul clan as well. So
Is this some lore knowledge you're dropping on me?
a little bit. I don't know of any humans that are in the Civic Combine anymore.
It was originally a lot of elves.
Yeah, a lot of elves, a lot of humans.
I don't think there was a lot of humans, were there? I don't know.
All right.
You're the lore master, not me.
No, you are much
You
more
are the lore master.
You are way more the lore master than I am.
I may have been the lore master for everything before, like, Kaladesh. But then it got to a point where I was like, the material wasn't coming out in high enough quality to keep me, like,
Engaged.
And
Well,
I could
they're seeking to rectify that.
Yeah, they got my boy to write a novella, which I haven't read yet. I need to.
When does it exist?
It exists. It's just online. I don't want to read it on my phone, so it
Yeah.
really limits when I can read it. But it's Brandon Sanderson. Can't wait to read that one.
Can't wait to get the Brandon. I'm with John. Murray's elves and their experiments. It's concur. I will give it to you. There's a lot of elves.
Yeah, a lot of elves, a lot of Cradges.
Oh yeah, experiment Cradge.
You want to talk about a very Simic card? Hoo boy.
Absolutely.
That's a good one. It's right up there with some of these weird ones in this set. Nothing quite as good as that Mythic, but we get some nice ones. Definitely nice in the creature type and in the art department.
Let's do this next round. Why don't we have the chat? You guys go do your research.
Just go.
Go do your research. Come back to us here in about 5 minutes. We're gonna be back next week. We're gonna do testing, and so we want to know what you guys want to know. What decks do you want to see? What decks do you guys think exist?
Yeah.
And that way we'll take that into account when we go build decks this week to test for you next Wednesday.
The name is Brandon Sanderson, Dig Dug.
Brandon Sanderson.
Yes. But we'll be back here in about 5 minutes with the next round. I'm going to go scout the bathroom, see if there's anybody in there.